Hi everyone, my name's Cris. And one of my favorite things to do is to hold a party. And a few years ago, we threw a huge Super Bowl party. I think we had over 50 people at our house. I had gotten so many chicken wings and I was frying them up on my back porch. I'd bought pounds and pounds of French fries and we were frying those up. And I got all like the little dips and and the chips and all those things like the carrot sticks and the ranch dressings, all that stuff. And everyone came over and we had a great time. And it was this party of there was abundance everywhere. We'd gotten so much food, not to mention all the food that my friends brought. Like, it was incredible. I had such a good time. And you know what? We ended up eating on that food, all those wings, for days afterwards because there was just so much. And I think a party is a great way of describing how God has created the world with such abundance that He is inviting us to His party that He is hosting. So if this is a party, then why do we sometimes feel like there's not enough? Well, let's get into it. You see, in the beginning, the voice of the Creator came into the creation and began to call out, "Let there be light." And there was light, shining light into all the dark crevices and the places that felt forgotten. And day after day, He kept speaking creation into existence, separating the waters from above from the waters below, putting fish in the sea and birds in the sky, pulling dry ground out of the deep places and causing shrubs to prop up and trees to grow big and strong above that. And to capstone it all, He placed man, Adam, in the midst of the garden, into the garden of God's abundance. He invited Adam into the party that God was creating, and He made from His own side Eve, His wife, man and woman there in the garden of abundance with so much going on that they could live forever and ever right there. But one day, another voice showed up from the midst of the bushes. And this one sounded different. It sounded like a serpent. And that serpent came up to Eve and went, "Did God really say that you could not eat of any tree? Is God holding out on you?" And Eve's like, "Yeah, we can eat of all the trees of the garden except for that one." "And why does He want you to not eat of that one?" "Because I think God knows that if you eat it, that you will be like Him, and you will know good and evil." And that begins to erode the party that they are in. That begins to erode their confidence in the abundance of God's creation. And they listen to that serpent. They're like, perhaps God is withholding me. And they grab that fruit and they eat it. And all of a sudden, their eyes are open. And that relationship with the generous host is broken. And they're ashamed and they feel like they're on their own. It's even said that in the cool of the evening, God, the creator of everything, this generous host, that He's placed them in this garden of such abundance, that He was walking in the midst of the creation, and where it had always been so wonderful to see the Creator and walk with Him in that evening, they had now run and hid. This story is so odd, and yet it's familiar. It's odd because it would be like if you were at my Super Bowl party and enjoying all those saucy wings and the dipping your carrot sticks in the ranch dressing, and you look over and Sheila is over there by all of the wings and she's got her purse open and she's pouring the saucy wings into her open purse. And you're like, "What are you doing?" And then right as that's happening, you look over on the other side of the room and Dale has the big vat of ranch dressing that you just dipped your carrot stick into. And he's pouring it into the pocket on his cargo shorts. Like, "What are you doing, Dale? Stop being weird." So my question for us today is, where are the places that you see that evil one, that serpent of old, saying, "You don't have enough"? And how do you respond to it? Because in our sin, I think we become like Dale and Sheila, dumping chicken wings into our purses and dumping ranch dressing into our pockets because we're worried it's going to run out. Where's the hope? Where is this generous creator, God, who created all this abundance? Is he just letting us languish in there? No, the creation's still there. And to show that, he found this guy named Abram. And he went up to Abram and he said, Abram, you are going to be a blessing. You and your offspring are going to be a blessing, not just to the people around you, but to the entire creation. You are going to be a blessing. And Abraham heard that and he liked it, but he didn't know how it was going to happen. Because he goes, I have no son. My wife and I are barren. We don't know what to do. And to put his heart at ease, God showed that he was a God of abundance. And the voice of God called Abram outside. And he told Abram, when he got out in that clear night sky, and he said, look up, Abram, and count the stars if you can. Back in the 90s, NASA had a fancy new space telescope called Hubble. And they commissioned it to look at the darkest place in the sky. They found a place that they knew that there was nothing there, no star, no nothing, just a pinprick, literally just a pinprick, 1/24 millionth of the sky. And they pointed the telescope at that point in the sky, and they waited. 10 whole days they waited. And when they got that image back, it was not of darkness. It didn't even show a few stars that they had missed in the past. No, it showed over 600 whole galaxies, full of stars and worlds that we would never be able to count. Can you count them, Abram? And in that singular moment, we see that he trusts in the abundance of God, in the generosity of the Creator. And by no means was Abram perfect. And my goodness, his line, his offspring, definitely weren't perfect. But through that imperfect offspring came the perfect Messiah, Jesus, and who would show us the generosity of the Father once again when Jesus would die so that we might live. And Jesus would rise again so none of us would ever be lost. So there are still those voices that we listen to. Some that are telling us to hoard chicken wings and ranch dressing in our pockets. Don't do that. It's just a bigger mess to clean up in the end. But there is another voice that is beckoning us to look up and count the stars. And if we can't, then maybe there is enough for us to trust. Have peace, everybody. Hi, my name is Cris, and I'm the pastor at Grace Lutheran in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Thank you so much for watching our little discussion today. I hope that it provides you a quick and easy and engaging way of providing a study and a discussion for whatever group that you are leading. Underneath the video in the description, you will find discussion questions that are tailor-made for the video. Our goal with this is that we're creating something to be easy to do for just busy leaders. We know that you have lives outside of the church and you desperately want to create something good for your church, and this is us desperately trying to create something good. But we hope that it serves you well. We want and hope and pray that we're able to release these on the first of every month. The Florida Georgia District's YouTube page, plus any other place that you get media or social media from the district. Because this is a ministry of the Florida Georgia District for the church. So again, I thank you so much for watching our little video today. I hope that it serves you well. Have peace.